Hi there, I made it to Kuala Lumpur. I've been here since early this morning, like around 6, and now it's 3:30ish. I decided to take some time out in a 6-hour hotel. Reason being, I'm feeling really gross because of the cold, runny nose and stuff like that. But also because I just wanted to be somewhere private, dark, comfy, with a shower, be able to get all clean and have a change of clothes, have a bit of a rest and listen to music and all those sorts of things. So it's a bit of a splurge. But it is a long way to wait here in the layover, so it must be done. I don't usually, but because of having the cold, I just feel extra gross, you know? Yeah. So, I guess I'll head off in about an hour or something. The next flight leaves from this same terminal, so it's not a big deal. It's just going through security again, and it can't be complicated like it was when before I got here, because I went through so many little dramas. Oh my god. It all started when I looked at my boarding pass and I realised that the flight was earlier than the one that's in my itinerary. And not just that, but that it had a different code. So the university travel provider put the wrong information down there. Or maybe it got changed, I don't know, but I never got the alert. So I'd just been having dinner with Nilanjana, beautiful Bengali food, my last meal, so to speak, our last supper. And then I headed back to the flat, the apartment, and then I looked and I'm like, oh my god, I so should be at the airport already. You know, and the traffic was so intense. So intense. It took like nearly an hour to get from where I was to the airport, and I was fucking gaining it. The good thing is though, that the flight was delayed, so that actually worked in my favour. But then another drama presented itself. I was slightly over with excess baggage, and they wanted to charge me, and because of all my foibles with the card that needed to be blocked, and not having a physical card, and in India you can't use Apple Pay, I only had limited cash and I couldn't get more cash out. So it's just like so much back and forth, and me begging them, please just let me pay with what I've got, or overlook it or something like that, because honestly, they were going to ask up to 15,000 rupees. So I only had like 3,500 on me. You know, you don't get more out when you live in a country. Oh, and so like, I bargained them down. I found some Thai baht, which has quite a lot of value compared to the rupee. And so I was more than able to cover it. And they only ended up charging me 5,000, which is like a third of the original. It's interesting, right? Like, apparently there are rules and then suddenly they go out the window. But I must have looked like a stress head, honestly. The funniest thing for me though was like when I first fronted up to the counter, I got ma'amed twice, and then they self-corrected and said sir. I suppose when I was getting really angry. Well, I wasn't angry, but frustrated, right? Because it was frustrating. It was very stressful, and you know, one might say I create these situations, and that I should have backup and all this kind of thing. And it is my responsibility. I understand that, but I just thought, please help me get through this. I haven't been here for a month, not to understand how people can be somewhat bureaucratic at times, but there are ways around it. So I'm like, I just want to get through this, okay, and get on the plane. And so eventually they did, sir, ma'am. Even flipped back to ma'am at some point. When I went through security, the big beefy guards, 2 of them called me a ma'am. And yeah, I don't know if that actually got me better treatment. All in all, they treated me pretty well, I have to say. They weren't stigmatizing and nasty or anything like that, and they listened to what I had to say and why I was in that paradox, because it's just like a consequence of what had happened like in Thailand. So yeah, stress that one can do without, but we got through it. And the other thing is like shuffling onto the plane, which was really, really full. Air Asia, by the way. These glasses, which I've got attached to my lanyard, they fell off. And they fell, they fell in the corridor on the plane. And, you know, the passenger side, the passageway. And I knew that it must have happened on the plane because I'd been looking at them, making sure that everything was on me, that I had everything. And so I waited until we all disembarked, and then I asked them had they found some glasses, and yes, they had. So that disaster was averted as well. So all in all, these are the things that happened to me. And I can only hope for things to get easier in the next few hours. And then when my sister comes to pick me up at the airport, I assume that's still happening. She seems to have a cold, and she wonders if it's COVID. If you're like me, I have to wear a mask. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so I better stop. But anyway, that's my update, and I hope everything runs smoothly from now on.